So I'm drawing Esdeath today, and I wanted to talk about Akame Ga Kill while I work on this because this show has been sitting with me in a weird way. The setup is pretty straightforward. You've got Night Raid, this group of assassins who are part of a larger resistance movement fighting against the corrupt capital. The government is rotten. There's a child emperor being manipulated by this cruel old minister. There's heavy taxation, violence against women and children, all of it. It's pretty rough. And then you've got the Jaegers, led by Esdeath, who are basically assassins hired by that same government to hunt down Night Raid and anyone who opposes them. The show really wants you to root for Night Raid, right? They're revolutionaries. They acknowledge they're unalivers, but it's for justice, for the people. And I get that framing, but here's where I struggled. I couldn't fully invest in it. Because when I'm actually watching, all I see are two groups of people doing the exact same thing. They're both assassins, they're both unalive people they've decided deserve to die. They both love their teammates deeply. They both grieve when someone dies. The Jaegers genuinely believe their cause is just. They're not twirling mustaches. They truly think they're protecting order and serving their country. Night Raid believes the same about their revolution. So what actually separates them besides which side of the conflict they're standing on? I think it's just perspective. And that got me thinking about everyone else in this equation. The people of the capitals, the ones supposedly being oppressed, they're not really organizing, not resisting in any meaningful way. They're just passively suffering, waiting for assassins to save them. They've kind of volunteered themselves into this cycle of violence and exploitation. And then there's the fact that these resistance groups, including Night Raid, they need resources, right? They need money, weapons, supplies. Where does that come from? They're being funded by someone, likely through the very same economic systems that prop up the capital's corruption. So, how can you say you're fighting against the system while you're still dependent on it? While you're still operating within its logic? At the end of the day, it all comes down to money and power. Capitalism is driving the whole thing. The capital is corrupt because of greed, but the revolutionaries also need wealth to function. Everyone is participating in the same system, just from different angles. And that's what makes it hard for me to pick a side, because when everyone is an unaliver, when everyone grieves, when everyone loves, when everyone believes they're right, what does justice actually mean? Night Raid unalives corrupt officials, but that doesn't change the structure. The Jaegers hunt down rebels, but that doesn't address why people are rebelling in the first place. It's just violence responding to violence endlessly. The show wants me to see Night Raid as heroes and the Jaegers as villains, but I just don't think it's that simple. They're all culpable. They're all active participants in their own demise. The only difference is which lens you're looking through. And honestly, I'm not sure any of them actually understand what true justice is. That's why I'm drawing Esdeath. And here's the thing about her that really stuck with me. Her whole philosophy is that the strong survive and the weak die. Kill or be killed. It's brutal. It's cold. Literally, her power is ice. But here's what's uncomfortable. She's not wrong. That is the reality everyone in this show is living. Night Raid, kill or be killed. The Jaegers, same thing. The citizens who do nothing, they die. The ones who fight back, they die too, just differently. Esdeath's ideology is supposed to be this villainous, cruel worldview, but it's actually just what's happening. She's just honest about it. She doesn't dress it up in talk about justice or revolution. She just says this is a violent world, and if you're weak, you won't survive. And that's what makes her so interesting to me. The show wants me to reject her philosophy, to see it as wrong, but then it proves her right over and over again. Everyone dies. The strong take what they want. Violence is the only language that matters in this world. She's not creating that reality. She's just the only one who isn't pretending it's something else. Maybe the real problem isn't who wins between Night Raid and the Jaegers. Maybe it's that we're watching a story where everyone has already lost because they're all trapped in the same cycle and nobody's actually trying to break it. Anyway, that's what I've been thinking about. Let me get back to the details. So I'm drawing Esdeath today.